Alright, so there we go, the second game for the second time. This time I'm correctly on the hybrid mode as we are switching into the part. The next two games with this one are gonna be on hybrid with vanilla rules. That means that no auto queue and everything just basically as in vanilla. Not gonna be having any kind of TCs in the classic age and also no free mythical units. So Redefiner is gonna be switching into Poseidon, trying it now for himself, as that's a pretty solid choice because Poseidon on vanilla is a very good god. Arguably maybe sometimes even better than Zeus. So pretty good choice. But Hagrit coming with the Zeus, well, let's see who's gonna be better Greek in this map. Should be expecting that both are gonna be coming for the water, of course, probably to the right side. That's usually where players go. A theory on that being that is because most people are actually right-handed. So they are naturally actually tending to go to the bottom and to the right side, so basically is more natural for everybody. Right now already discovering one of the Toothed Arrows relic here, which is gonna be of course a better Archer Ballista, Carry Ballista, Pierce attack, so only the Toxo type. That is gonna be helpful to them, as then he's having a quite nice position of the gods, both of them. One is gonna be completely safe, but the second one reasonably as well. As you can see, he has a lot of woodline, even some kind of cliff, and he also sees potentially one of the piggies in here. Is he having more of them here or not? No, it seems like only single piggy. Maybe he could have been looking for a bit more, but he does have at least a few deers on the left side if he actually wants to. But that cliff, do you see that cliff? That's one hell of a defense. All the way from here, all the way through the middle of the map. He's absolutely impassable, only at the bottom there. He basically has a huge natural wall, whereas the opponent has absolutely nothing like that. Yeah, well, that's the joy of original maps. On a hybrid mode, I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, these are all the original maps. I hope that I'm not wrong. Maybe somebody in the chat will be knowing a bit more. But if I remember correctly, it is how it is. As you're gonna be switching into Redefiner at the very top side, who is of course having already the lure right next to the TC to lure at least a few more animals, which are quite probably gonna be mainly the goats, because there are not all that many hunters or other hunting spots all across the map, as we are looking of course at this dog on the right side, and exactly as we expected, both are gonna be at the same time. Alright, so there we go, we are more, yeah, balanced map, but this is the original, so you are complaining about the wrong thing. This is not the balanced patch map, so yeah, calm your horses. You really don't know what you're talking about, it seems like most of the time in the post on RTS-Sanctuary. So there we go, the TC in the middle, that's also gonna be kind of interesting positioning. As you can see that Redefiner will have to be quite aggressive, but at the same time, if he is able to get this TC, then that will definitely result into basically owning the middle of the map completely. 1, 2, 3 right there. As of course, if it also goes into the hands of Hagrit, it's gonna be pretty much the same. So whoever of the players takes the TC in the middle of the map might as well be claiming victory, to be honest, because it's gonna be really hard to overcome and somehow to get the gold for themselves, because of course, otherwise once you are gonna be running out of the 6,000 in your base, then what are you gonna be doing next with the TC like this? Really funny map. Really funny map indeed, as there's another relic at the bottom. In here, I think through TC, that is properly Hagrit's, and it's gonna be for what? Better villager speed, that's pretty good. That is pretty good because it of course increases the overall efficiency, especially for example on the farms, quite significantly, and is helpful into the economy overall, of course without any kind of doubt whatsoever. Alright, so fish is also kind of funny for Redefiner. It seems like that Redefiner just drew the short straw here. Not only the TC and the gold and the cliff for the enemy, but also right now you can see the fishies, how they are spawned. Basically, I have to position the map this way, and the fishies are in the corners on the diagonal. That's how much of an emptiness there is in the middle. Whereas for the opponents, having a 3, 3, 3, much better, and he's also in the sweet spot pretty much. Pretty much, so that's not a good map for Redefiner, and we will be expecting that the Hagrit will be having all the cards in his hands, and all the aces as well, as he's already switching up for the water on the left side. And you're gonna be curious if Redefiner will somehow figure out how to play against this, and how to actually make the game count for himself. But so far, let's be honest, it's quite promising for the red player. Quite promising indeed, and it's gonna be kinda on his hands, if he actually plays it properly or not. Okay, so Redefiner has already discovered the woes of his map with all the gold and especially his front TC being in position that he is in. But at the same time, oh well, yeah, at this point he knows. He knows because he has already discovered the other TC for the opponent. And he also knows that on Anatolia, you always have at least one back TC. Sometimes you have in both back TCs, more or less. Like one literally back and second like half back bad here. That can happen. Maps can spawn this way, but right now he knows. And he should be right now knowing also what to do and how to do it. He's also switching to the top side with the second villager. He's gonna be apparently scouted by Hagrit. So let's see if Hagrit is gonna be annoying him often. Or maybe he's actually gonna be bolting him. Because we are on a hybrid. I'm fairly certain that you can actually bolt villagers here quite fine. Fairly certain that should be possible. Because it should be vanilla rules, so yeah, everything that you can do in vanilla you can do here as well. So let's see if it's gonna be according to him. So far I haven't really seen it used yet. I've already cast about 3 matches or how many, and nobody really used it. There were a few Zeuses already in there, but nobody really did because everybody's probably used to it from not only the Whoopi balance patch but from EE as well. It's basically not all that easy to do those things, but oh, this is interesting battle. As right now, Hagrit is actually gonna be paying for for being a bit too expansionist. He's gonna be losing the villages, but still, he is gonna be in a pretty good spot. He already does have the double locks in there, as enemy 6 coming for Redefiner, but the temple being built also in this position, that's kinda weird, but he probably didn't waste any kind of time, and he luckily for him got away with it. Got away with it, but that was damn risky. Damn risky as a Redefiner. Almost made him pay for that. He already does have second dog as well. And it's gonna be pretty much a fair battle in here. As on the right side, it's almost looking like the Redefiner is not gonna be fighting for it all that much, even though both are having the same one dog. Interesting build up. So maybe not much of a water battle on the right side, whereas on the left it really is heading into one big water battle for both of them. So Redefiner is gonna be advancing in no time as well, though he's still gonna be quite later. You can see he's gonna be advancing at about 6 minutes, really? Yeah! He's really gonna be advancing at 6 minutes. Interesting. It really shouldn't happen all that much. There had to have been some kind of misplay or something. Especially with Lure for him, that's really unusual. And he's of course gonna be having quite a stronger economy. And question is if maybe... Yeah, I was thinking maybe if this was Armory. Then looking at faster Heroic with such an advance... Like, yeah, I could kinda see it. Apparently that's not the case as he's already switching into stables. I'm gonna be attempting to be aggressive on the land, which to be honest kinda makes sense. It kinda makes sense because he probably wants to secure the middle of the map before his opponent is gonna be doing something like that. You can see absolutely no water battle on the right side, whereas full on water battle on the left. Though full on is a bit strong word here, as we so far don't see all that much of an engagement by Hagrit. That is coming exactly now. Exactly now, so yeah, 2 dogs versus 2 dogs. On the left with a bit of a fight, as Hagrit's centaur did kill the Kataskopos from the enemy. It seems like Kataskopos in there behind the forest line, as the one with the red is still scouting at the top side, basically trying to see if maybe his opponent is gonna be coming for a few more dogs to be placed on the left water there. Okay, apparently Redefiner that in the end is gonna be attempting to at least scare the opponent a bit. Right now we can see forcing him into the second dock, which should be stopped if Redefiner is paying enough attention, and he is. So yeah, goodbye villager, this is not really gonna be working for you. As Poseidon is being researched for Hagrit, and Ceasefire is coming forward as well. And basically the reason for that is exactly this. Because he needs right now, especially with the Poseidon, all the water economy in here. Yeah, absolutely needs that, especially since he's advancing already into Dionysus. And since this was the first dock, well, it's not like it matters, because of course we are on the hybrid with Vanilla Rose, so he's not gonna be getting the free Hydra. But yeah, well, with the 2 dogs here, and already advancing to Dionysus, he might be in a pretty good position, especially since Redefiner is not really advancing yet. And you can see how much he's spending still, not only Hippicons, but also on a few boats, of course, still being made somewhere about here. Well, not here, maybe in the bottom a bit more. Yeah, apparently in the bottom. As of course the job has been finished right now for the red player, and another one is probably gonna be finished as well. Gonna be kinda close, but he should be having enough time to get it up in some decent manner. As of course, we're gonna be just waiting for the few skillers to come forward. Right now though, he doesn't have enough favor. Oh well, right now he's gonna be having enough, so he's definitely coming for the skillers. You can right now see all the favor gathering coming forward, but he's still quite Oh, sorry. I'm looking at Redefiner. Just confused right about now. I'm looking at Redefiner, who doesn't have, of course, favor, but his opponent, he already spent it. There's gonna be siege boat. Siege boat. Okay, so what did he spend it on? What did he spend the favor on? Huh. It's slightly strange, but anyway, he right now is having already, of course, plenty of siege boats, so that's gonna be helping him getting rid of all the arrow boats, and of course coming in forward, because his opponent is not advancing yet. Now with the villager almost dead, but she did finish. She did finish just in time, but of course he's gonna be under attack just about now. But with all the nice protection with the cliff in the front, it's still gonna be quite enough, as he's basically right now forcing the opponent to come all the way around, which is giving him so much time extra to basically escape, to see them, and also to prepare with his own army. But he also needs to be kind of careful about the gold, because he's gonna be down to the gold at the backside, which is still full. But at this point, with the map control in basically Redefiner's hands, if he plays it correctly, and is able to get the TC as well, then yeah, really, even the one water might not be enough for Hagrit to actually do anything significant. Considering it's gonna be all the gold, fully in power of Redefiner. So that definitely is an opening for him still to be used. As at this point, there's not much point fighting for the water for the blue player unless he advances into Heroic Age sometime soon. Oh well, that's definitely not gonna be the case, as you can see. And he's gonna be, of course, having problems right now advancing altogether. Because if losing with the water economy right now, having a few more fishing boats left, not really all that many at this point, with the siege boats, of course, absolutely leveling everything in there without any kind of counterplay at this point, it might be getting increasingly difficult for Redefine to keep up. Especially since we are on the hybrid mode and he needs the heroic for the TC. This is really getting kind of out of hand for him. It really is, as I don't exactly see all that many chances how we could be somehow significantly making a claim on the heroic age, and not even talking about the TC at this point. So he does have quite a solid map control for the moment, as he's also raiding with the horses, but that's definitely gonna be falling back and falling off, as of course the technological advantage for the opponent is gonna be quite inevitable, and much more importantly, he's gonna be the one who will be able to get a few more extra TCs if he actually wants to. So right now already exactly the time for Hagrid, but he actually needs to switch into another gold source. We're still having about 300 gold, as he's continuing forward with deleting all the problematic parts of the map. Come on, a bit more careful, so that he's gonna be a bit more efficient, as he's coming for the gold at the bottom. But yeah, well, the horses, they're gonna be just slowly dying to the TC fire, if not, of course, the soldiers in there, because otherwise he can just easily refight this. Yeah, he can just refight it exactly as he is. Though, at this point, it's getting a bit trickier. A whole lot trickier, actually. Right now he should be running, because with the reinforcements coming forward, and even though he does have right now medium Hippicons, he doesn't have the numbers yet, which means that basically they're gonna be able to swarm the Redefiners, Hippicons, the enemy army, and especially the villagers, and you can see the losses. The losses incurred on Hagrid so far are definitely bad, especially considering the fact that he cannot really produce anything, looking at how low on gold he right now is. So yep, pretty big problem right now for him, and if actually the pressure was still applied by Redefiner, and continue to be applied on the gold, it might be somehow working for him. But looking at the switch into medium Prodramite already for Hagrid, that is gonna be the cue where Redefiner needs to retreat, and he will have to think of something better and something else. As the water right now, there is of course no counterplay still for Redefiner, as that means that Hagrid, even with all the food in there, he could be probably just drop a market, sell the food, and advance into Mythic. At this point, like, why not? Absolutely, why not? Because his opponent, who is doing what he can into advancing, or rather with advancing into the heroic age, he still is not, and he's even switching right now into hoplits and trying to make them, as he can, or rather as he wants to, of course, deny the Prodramite at least a bit. So combination of Hippicons and hoplits is of course quite intensive on the food, which is exactly what is the problem for him right about now, and he should be a whole lot more interested in the heroic age rather than right now building the army in some kind of huge numbers. There's a few hoplits, but you really need to hurry up. You need to hurry up into the heroic age, because at this point the game is trickling through your fingers, and those Hippicons, even against the lower amount of Prodramite, is not gonna be just a sufficient fight, because of course it means that he is fighting against the counter units, but Hagrid! He's literally using Prodroma against the hero instead of the horsey. Come on. Come on, Hagrit. That's not how you win the battles. This is exactly helping Redefiner and playing into his hands. As right now, is this gonna be a ceasefire? I think as Aphrodite is coming for Redefiner finally. The ceasefire was already gone, so it was used before. When was it actually used? Oh yeah, right. Right, when he was finishing the dock in there. Okay, at the start of the classical. Yeah, right now I remember. So this is gonna be done. It was quite a bit of help for him. For Hagrid, but with Redefine also advancing. If he plays it correctly and properly, he might be having just enough time with the villages already moving forward. Not only because he needs exactly this food, but also that he will be probably looking at the TC. With the ceasefire still in hand for Redefiner, that might not be such a bad idea and such a bad plan. It really could be working for him. Right now, of course, the water is completely gone, because he has lost even all the docks. He will maybe try to sneak in a bit later, as right now Hagrid is even trying to get some extra population limit. He should be leaving at least one of the boats at some kind of sweet spot about here. For all the scouting and everything, you can delete this one as well. Does actually Hippocampus cost some population limit? I don't think so. I was just thinking maybe if it's a kind of unused unit. Can't you look at those guys dancing in there. But anyway, there we go, with Hoplitz coming forward, but it seems like that Redefiner is thinking that this game is not really gonna be coming his way. Looking at the score difference of about 800 points, and with the TC in the middle also being finished, because that was already after battle, as Redefiner already did cast the curse here. So he was trying to steal it through that, or stop it like that. He is basically recognizing that against the army of the enemy, and especially the battery economy, he just cannot stand, and he will be having limited chances for the TC, even though I really think that with the fortified, or rather with the ceasefire, it would definitely work. And then if he could even get some fortified TC soon, which he could, you can see he does have the resources for that, he might just have been in some kind of spot to maybe make it work. Maybe he could, because Hagrid was having pretty big problems with the gold. He will be already running out of this one fairly soon. So this is definitely premature for a Redefiner. This is absolutely premature. Because, I mean, I can understand how actually bad the game looks from his point of view. I can understand that. But still. He scouted it, right? He knew how the map looks. Yes, he knows. He knows how the map looks, with all of the gold mines in there. And even though, of course, the opponent could be easily switching into market and trade route and whatever, it still would take quite a bit of time to switch. And without the gold mines, Hagrid would be really in pretty deep problems. He would be probably kept alive for some time by selling food from all the food economy, but this was kind of wide open. There was an opportunity for a Redefiner. Take the TC with ceasefire, and problems for Hagrid are here. Because you wouldn't be able to get any of those gold mines whatsoever. But anyway, that didn't happen. Let's look into post game. Let's look into a post game as Hagrid is leading in this match. 2-0. Alright, so economy yet again quite solid for Hagrid, of course. There's gonna be a lot of effect from the water. Quite definitely you can see 4,000 more food just from that, basically almost a double. That's definitely quite a huge deal. And a military count with the units killed, 55, 61 lost, 46 lost. So yeah, they kind of lost the same amount that they made pretty much, but the units killed for a Redefiner are not exactly huge. How does that compute exactly? Oh, maybe the deleted boats. Maybe the deleted boats actually count as units lost. That makes sense. So that's probably gonna be the discrepancy in there. Something along those lines. But yeah, well, that was a good strategy for Hagrid. 8-minute faster heroic definitely worked, and definitely also caught Redefiner off guard quite a bit. Yeah, up until here it was kind of fine. But then came the fight right next to TC, and the switch into Prodromai, and that was where it kind of went wrong for Redefiner. Okay, GG.